6 News Sports.
When you think about athletes training, you think about them being in the gym, lifting, or on the field of play, putting in work. But sometimes the most important form of exercise an athlete can do is to work on their brain. There's a new way to do it, and some local soccer players are using it successfully. Before the Gretna Elite Academy's United Women's Soccer Club hits the field for practice or a game, this is how they warm up. They use NeuroTrainer, a virtual reality headset that puts them through simulations to improve focus and decision-making. It's not the first thing you think an athlete would do to get their body ready.
When we ask an athlete, especially someone who's been training for a while, what's your biggest challenge? Very, very rarely do we hear it's about physical technique. We normally hear it's about, I need to hold together under pressure. I need to have more consistent performance on the field or on the court. I need to be able to make better decisions under pressure. And all of those things happen in the brain.
Yes, training on the field is extremely important, but NeuroTrainer's CEO Noah Rollins says this technology can help athletes reach peak performance. So what are they seeing and experiencing? It's a series of tests that record how quickly you can make fast decisions or test you by having you focus on multiple moving objects at the same time. Rollins says of the roughly 8,000 athletes using NeuroTrainer, they've seen improvements on decision-making speed by as much as 40 milliseconds.
What does 40 milliseconds mean to me in the mornings when I'm making coffee? Nothing. What does 40 milliseconds mean when I have to read a field and decide where I need to be and whether I'm going to pass or not pass? It's tremendously impactful.
I tried a NeuroTrainer demo myself to see what it's all about. It was not as easy as it sounds. I wanted to hear from the athletes using it themselves. Two Millard West grads and current Huskers, Katie Stoneburner and Kenzie Coons, both believe this type of training has enhanced their focus in games.
How sometimes in games it takes you a while to really get into the game. Sometimes it takes you 15 minutes to really be mentally in. But this really gets your brain ready from the start, so you don't miss that beat.
Everyone thinks you have to physically outcompete your opponent, but also a lot of times it's more mentally. So I think with this, I definitely have better awareness of what's going on around me.
For Millard South grad Lindsey Prokop, she feels as though her instincts have improved tremendously.
I noticed that my last year at college, I'm a forward, I would decide to pass or do other things in front of the goal instead of shoot. In this past season, I've taken a lot more shots and take players one-on-one more. I think it's my decision-making that's changed a lot, and I've scored 7 goals in 6 games.
Very interesting stuff. The folks at NeuroTrainer think the next step for this technology is to help students focus in the classroom. Lindsey Prokop, who you just heard from, said she absolutely thinks it would help in that regard. And by the way, there are now several high school teams in the metro across various sports that have already integrated this technology into their training regimen.